Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Universe Mode, and we're here with our first episode of SmackDown, and we kick off with the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. I'm sure you could have predicted he wasn't on Raw episode 1, so he's obviously on SmackDown. The Tribal Chief is here, and we kick off with a qualifier for the men's title match at Money in the Bank, the Universal Title. We've got Roman Reigns here in action, and then next episode, on episode 4, but the next SmackDown, we have got Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre go head to head. The winner of that faces the winner of this at Money in the Bank, and there's Paul Heyman in the background. And also, just to clarify, the two losers of this match will enter the Money in the Bank match, so they do get a second opportunity. Lose one of these matches, you'll go into Money in the Bank. Later on in the show, we also have a men's Money in the Bank qualifier. We've got Pete Dunne and King Nakamura. We'll see how that one played out. We also have a women's qualifier, which is another triple threat. We've got Kaylee Ray, Bayley and Shotzi in a triple threat to go into the Money in the Bank. And then also on SmackDown, we have got a tag team tournament to determine the first tag team champions. We have on the show, we have got Dexter Lumis and R-Truth, a very odd pairing team, but they're a team. They go up against the Usos, and we also have the New Day against Imperium. But we kick off with the Tribal Chief. I've spoke over his entrance. I feel sorry. I acknowledge you, Tribal Chief. Let's see who he's facing here to try and qualify for the Universal Title. And it is the Prince of SmackDown, Finn Balor is here. The Balor Club's in full force, but he's got some task. He's got to try and get through the Tribal Chief to qualify for the Money in the Bank pay-per-view Universal Title match. But worst case, if he can't get through him here, he goes into the Money in the Bank into the Money in the Bank match himself. So there is for him here. Let me just run through some other Money in the Bank qualifiers. So we've got Pete Dunne, Nakamura later. We've also got Sami Zayn and Damian Priest on the next episode of SmackDown. That's another qualifier. And obviously the two losers here. That's the 4 SmackDown representatives. On the women's side, we have got Candice LeRae, Sonya Deville and Raquel Gonzalez in a triple threat. The winner of that will qualify for Money in the Bank. The other Money in the Bank qualifiers are Natalya v Bianca Belair and Mandy Rose v Alexa Bliss. So a lot to look forward to there. And the tag team tournament, whilst we're going through it. So we've got the 2 matches tonight. I'll show you the results of that shortly. We've also got Mustache Mountain v the Alpha Academy in week 2 of SmackDown. And then the 3rd SmackDown show, we will have the Viking Raiders against Retribution, Mace and T-Bar. But here we go, we're about to kick off with Roman Reigns and Finn Balor in what should be an incredible match to kick off SmackDown. And Balor taking it straight to Reigns, and a sling blade early doors, and Balor's a drop kick to the face, and Balor has started quick, and he needs 2 against the Tribal Chief. He's the head of the table, and he has got Finn Balor. Misses with the elbow. Now Reigns is up, and we could see Reigns for his first bit of offense. He has Balor on his shoulders. He's going to drop him into the corner onto the top turnbuckle, and Balor sits in the corner. Reigns kicks, knees to the face. You know how much this would mean for Roman Reigns to become the first Universal Champion of Universe Mode. As he strikes the Balor kick to the chest. Now Roman Reigns has taken control after Balor's quick start. Like I mentioned before, the winner faces Drew McIntyre or Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank. So no matter what combination of match, it's going to be a cracker at Money in the Bank. Balor now going for the submission on the legs on Reigns, but he gave up. I think he knew he wasn't going to get Reigns there. He's going to try and suplex. No, he's not. He's going to drive an elbow into Reigns' face. And I tell you what, Finn Balor is not overawed here. He has taken it to Reigns. He drives him into the corner. Now Finn Balor working on him in the corner. Some chops and strikes to the face. And Reigns is looking a bit dead. He's struggling. He needs to get on top in this match. And he has Balor and suplex to Balor and Paul Heyman like that one. There's no Usos alongside Reigns today. They were involved in tag team action very shortly. So we'll show you how that one played out against the odd team of R-Truth and Dexter Lumis. Interesting to see how those two get on. But Balor throws Reigns into the corner. And now, he's the missile dropkick into the corner, and he's set for the coup de grace. He's gone for the pin. Heyman's gone for the turnbuckle. The referee's not interested, and he gets a 2 count. He didn't go for the coup de grace. He went for the pinfall, and you saw Heyman there trying to get involved. Referee ignored Heyman, which is an interesting. Oh, now Heyman's up and he's trying to confront Balor, and Heyman is definitely this paycheck, and Reigns has got the kind of sleeper submission in. He's choking Balor, but Balor fights out. Interesting that the ref did ignore Heyman. Balor did not though, but Heyman has already been involved twice in the early stages of this match as Balor lines up Reigns. He DDTs him into the mat as he's headed to the top rope, and he has the coup de grace in the bag. He goes for the coup de grace on Reigns. It's Balor about to qualify for the Universal Title match. 1, 2, 3. Oh my word! You can't get much closer than that. Finn Balor was this close to qualifying for Money in the Bank. He was for the but Reigns somehow was still in this match. I thought that was it. I think Balor thought that was it. Paul Heyman thought that was it. Heyman did not get involved, interestingly, there, as Reigns is frustrated now. He doesn't like being pushed this close. He nearly lost it there as he kicked to Balor. He's now working on Balor's face. And Balor turns it round, and I tell you what, elbows to the face. And you have to credit Finn Balor here. What a performance from Balor. Is he has got Reigns all kinds of worried instead of a kick to the chest. And Roman Reigns was probably hoping for a nice dominant start to his SmackDown career, but instead out-wrestled so far, you'd have to say, by Balor. It's been a fantastic performance. But Reigns now is in the corner. He's lining up the spear. Balor's dazed. He turns round to meet his fate with a spear. And is that enough? Reigns is not taking his time with the pin. He eventually gets in for the pin. The referee is across. 1, 2, 3. Reigns advances. One spear was enough, but Finn Balor put up some fight. And I don't think I'll be alone in thinking that Balor thought he was going to get the victory as Reigns celebrates after the match. But he's looking at Balor. I don't think he's done with Balor. Yep, he's frustrated. He knows how close he was pushed. Balor really come close. Reigns is not happy. He has lost it. The referee can't stop him. Just kicks. And finally he gives up. But Roman Reigns showing he is the head of the table, not Finn Balor. As we go into earlier in the night, and here's Lumis and R-Truth. Lumis had Jey Uso in the chokehold. Jimmy broken up, but then R-Truth gets red, and Lumis, he's still out, Jey Uso, and Lumis goes in for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and what a upset. Lumis and R-Truth beat the Usos. We also had the women's triple threat. Bayley got the belly to belly on Kaylee Ray. Shots outside the ring. 1, 2, and Kaylee Ray kicks out as Bayley gets her back to her feet. And then kicks her back at the knee and drives her face into the floor. She's going for the 3 count. He's getting back to her feet. 1, 2, 3. Bayley qualifies from in the Bank. Shotzi so close. But Bayley qualifies. We're into the men's qualifier now. Shinsuke and Dunn. And then Shinsuke working on Dunn. I mean, Dunn has taken some batter out of this match. And the knee drop from the top rope on Dunn. You see the blood across his face from early in the match. Shinsuke thinking about what to do next. He moves Dunn. I mean, he's going to move him away from the ropes, but he was already away. And Shinsuke, 1, 2, and 3. And Shinsuke qualifies for Money in the Bank. We move on to the next match now, and it's Imperium and the New Day. As Kofi outside the ring, Xavier hits the foot to the face of Bartel, but Eichner's in the ring. The ref is not counting yet. Eichner's just stood watching, and it's a New Day advance in the tag team, but I don't know what react quicker. But the New Day have qualified. Just to quickly wrap up those results, we had R-Truth and Dexter Lumis beat the Usos. We had Bayley qualify for Money in the Bank, the ladder match. Nakamura from the men's side qualified, and we had the New Day advance to the tag team tournament. But we are here now for the SmackDown Women's Title, and this is our main event of the show, and this is just a straight up singles match to decide who will be the inaugural Women's Champion from the top 2 women picks on the SmackDown side. And we kick off here with Asuka, who is confident, flamboyant as always, and if you haven't already guessed who she'll be facing, you'll be finding out shortly, but I'm sure from the women you saw on Raw and who we've yet to see on SmackDown, I think you can probably guess who is the female superstar to compete against Asuka here to crown the inaugural Women's Champion on SmackDown. Just pulls the mask off, and she is ready. But is she ready for the Queen? Charlotte Flair is her opponent, and it had to be Charlotte Flair. It's the top 2 picks on the SmackDown side, and here she is. Just like Roman Reigns earlier in the night, we know how much Charlotte Flair will need to kick off Universe Mode as the SmackDown Women's Champion. We know on the Raw side, there's a fatal 4-way at Money in the Bank for the Women's Title. Here on SmackDown, we're doing it on the first show, and we have 2 of the best. Charlotte Flair gets all the pyro, all of the extras, and here she is to take on Asuka. So I'll just quickly run through the next SmackDown show, which will be episode 4 of Universe Mode. We've got Zayn and Priest in a Money in the Bank qualifier. We will have Natalya v Bianca Belair in a qualifier on the women's side. We'll have Mustache Mountain and Alpha Academy in the tag tournament as the ref lets Charlotte into the ring. We've also got Candice LeRae, Sonya Deville and Raquel Gonzalez in a women's qualifier. But our main event next week is Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre to determine who's going to go on and face Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. But first, we're going to crown our SmackDown Women's Champion as the ref and the announce team are here to announce the 2. That's what we're fighting for now. Asuka and Charlotte for the vacant women's title. Who is going to be the women's champion? And we're off. Charlotte gets the first strike in, and a suplex on Asuka, dropping her on her neck. The good stuff from Charlotte. Knee to the back. Oh, another knee to the back. But Asuka gets a reversal in and drives her head into the mat. Asuka now goes onto the apron and taunts as Charlotte gets to her feet. Gets back into the ring before Charlotte could get the punch in. Charlotte drives Asuka into the corner. And working on Asuka's arm. We know there's both of these superstars have submission finishes with the figure 8 or the figure 4 bridged into an 8 from Charlotte, and the Asuka lock from Asuka. So I think both competitors here will be working on the body parts of the other to try and loosen them up for the submission later on as Asuka gets the punches to the face as she goes outside and we're both going outside, Charlotte and Asuka, and back in. Interesting. Okay, and finally they decide on where to fight after going in and out. Charlotte drives her into the corner, and again she swings her onto the outside and the draping neck breaker, and she's done a lot of work on Asuka's back of her neck so far, and she's also done a bit of work on Asuka's arms. Interestingly, that's not where the finisher will come from. I mean, she also has the natural selection. She misses the knee drop off the top rope. But she's up before Asuka anyway, so that missed spot will not cost her too much. As she just goes for a crab. And Asuka, she's not going to tap out from this, but this will do some damage to the legs. That's what Charlotte wants. Asuka now goes to the middle turnbuckle. Drops off with a drop kick into Charlotte's face. And I would say Charlotte's had the better of it so far, but we're still early doors. And it's a clothesline from Charlotte. Such a veteran in the ring. Goes for the running suplex by Asuka. Now locked up. Asuka throws Charlotte over the top rope. Charlotte took a bit of a fall there. Absolutely launched over the top rope from the other side of the ring. So now on the outside. Asuka working on Charlotte. Picks her up. She's going to bring her back into the ring. She's going to drop her across the apron. That's the hardest part. Now working on Charlotte's leg. We're up to 3 and no signs of getting back in the ring as of yet. I mean, a double count out would mean there's no champion. So I don't know what this will mean. We'd have to move this on to Money in the Bank, I guess, or next week. We would have to look at rearranging some things, but we're not going to get a double count out just yet. So we're back into the ring, and Charlotte again, another neck breaker. Really is working on Asuka's neck. So Asuka looking to get to her feet. Charlotte looking for the slap, but Asuka avoided it, and she's taken Charlotte back outside again. Asuka's way more interested in fighting on the outside, a drop kick back to ringside. And Asuka, is she thinking rope? Is that what she's thinking? She's taunting Charlotte. Now she comes outside. I think Charlotte started to do the Ric Flair strut. Did not work as Asuka drops her on the outside of the ring. The fans at the front row are loving it. Charlotte though catches the leg and drops her down. And now we're going to get back in the ring. Charlotte just getting back into the ring. She knows she can't win it on the outside of the ring. She knows maybe if she was champion and she had champion's advantage, she would. But she's back in the ring. And it's the hip attack by Asuka. Getting back in the ring might be her biggest mistake. Asuka for the 3. 1, 2. And Charlotte's out at 2. And we're on the outside. Charlotte decided to bring it back inside. And as she did, Asuka hit her with the hip attack. And she's going in for the Asuka lock. Centre of the ring. Charlotte has no... Is this going to be it? Charlotte is... She's out. She's tapped. And Asuka is the SmackDown Women's Champion. Wow, I did not expect Charlotte to tap out there. But Asuka with the Asuka lock. And that's enough to do it. And Charlotte taps out. And I don't think you see Charlotte tap out very often. Asuka is our first ever SmackDown Women's Champion. Okay, what's Charlotte going to do here? She's talking to Asuka. She's offering the hand. And we got a handshake. I mean, fair play at the end here. I mean, fair play from them both. A very good match. But that's it for episode 2. Come back next time for episode 3, which is the second week of Raw.